Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Abdul Karim. In this video, I would like to share a topic on, I would like to talk about interactive story. And this is one of the app, as you can see on the screen here. This is my iPad screen I'm sharing here. This app is called Tab by Wattpad. Wattpad is actually one of the popular application, especially those who like to write stories. So Wattpad, Wattpad has been around, I think, for quite some time, and now they have one application called Tab by Wattpad. If you go to, and it's available for iOS as well as for Android, so you can download. If you go to the App Store or to Android Google Play, you just search Tab by Wattpad or just Tab. I think you will see this application, and this one is on my iPad, but you can download for your phone as well. So in this particular app, I will show you shortly. On this, in this application, when you sign up and open the application, you will find there are a lot of interactive story. So when you first open the app, this is not the first page because I have already opened this app. So in this particular instance, I have opened this. Okay, let me go. Yeah, initially it will look like this. So these are the list of interactive stories created by people, and you can also create an interactive story using Wattpad. I have yet to figure out how to become a writer or how to use the app to write an interactive story. But today in this video, I just want to share from the reader's perspective, from the reader's point of view. So when you open the app, and you will see the list of stories. So I have signed up, as you can see here. So there are a lot of interactive story here. So in this case, I take this one, a royal reception, and let me take, as you can see down here, there are 4 parts. So the part 1, part 2, and so on. So let me go, just try on the part 1 first, just to show you how it looks like. Then you have to choose a character. Okay, so in this case, just now I choose this character, and then it will start by describing the character of the character that you have chosen just now. So in this case, you are smart, capable, and hardworking, but the job market doesn't care. So I just tap on the screen and will continue. So you have always struggled to find work, and your search is getting more desperate as your mother's illness worsens. She always taken care of you, and now it's up to you to take care of her. Luckily, you have got a job. The pay isn't great, but at least it's something. So it set the scene or the scenario of the story with the character that you have chosen. So let's continue. So I just tap on the screen. You're not sure what you would do without it. Then suddenly the story take, the twist. In this case, you are put in this situation now. So this is where the interactive story, is getting interesting, because in interactive story, it's actually non-linear. So you are the center of the story. You take the role in the story, and you will make a decision. So that's the beauty of interactive story, where it can be very immersive, very engaging, because you are responsible to determine the path of the story, depending on which options that you would take, what decision you will take. So in this case, you are fired. Okay, let's go through. So you are sitting in a cheap plastic chair inside a cramped office in the back of the restaurant you work at, the Lucky Goose. Okay. Then your manager, Sharon, so there's another character here, Sharon, is sitting in front of you. So we have to imagine and visualize the scenario here. She's got a hairstyle that belongs in the 1970s and a constant frown. So when we read this story, the story tries to describe the appearance of Sharon here. So you have to visualize it. Okay, now, so this here is the conversation. Hello, Edwina. Do you hear me? So Sharon is saying to Edwina. Well, Edwina is me in this case. So you is me in this case, the character in this story. Don't call me that. Call me Eddie. Then Sharon, Edwina, you are fired. Would would calling you Eddie really make it feel better? Yeah. Okay. Now here come the option. How do you respond? So this is where interactive story becomes very interesting. In this case, there are three options. Sometimes there are two. Sometimes there are three. Most of the time, it's two or three, or sometimes maybe more. And at this juncture, at this point, you as the reader, given the scenario and the situation you are in now, you have to make a decision. So this is a story, but if this is a subject or a topic that you are teaching as part of your course, the decision will be guided or will be based on maybe the facts, the knowledge, the prior knowledge that we have, that the students have, uh, in order to guide him or her to make a decision. So, although we are now reading this as a story, a fiction story, but we can actually apply the same principles of interactive story in designing uh, a learning on a certain topic. Okay. Now let's continue. How do you respond? Yes, it does. You're going to fire me? If you're going to fire me, get my name right. Or the third option, sure does. Sure, sure. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to take the second choice. If you're going to fire me, at least get my name right. Okay, what would be the response of Sharon's response? Your name was never the problem, Mary. It was your attitude. Now, clear out your locker and get out. You looked at her as she straightened some papers on her desk. You can't believe this. So, so you know I didn't do anything wrong? And Sharon replied, you can go now. As she looks down at the papers, refusing to meet your eyes, you realize what she's trying to do. She's trying to get out of paying you severance. Then you say, what about severance pay? Sharon looks up at you. Her eyes turn hard and angry. It looks like she hoped you wouldn't remember about it. We are not doing that. So that's Sharon's response. We are not doing that, meaning that they are not going to pay the severance pay to me. That's not fair. Life isn't fair. This is the industry. Sharon turns back to her papers. The top one is blank. It's all a show to avoid this conversation. Are you going to mail me my last 2 weeks' pay? Sharon snaps. The restaurant isn't doing well and you were not bringing in business. We are not paying you last 2 weeks. Get out. Your mouth falls open. They are stealing your paycheck and you need it for your mom's treatments. Then at this point, there's another option. You have to make another respond, and how would you respond depends on the previous, on the previous conversation. So how do you respond? First, you've got to be kidding me. Second, this is illegal. I'll sue you. Or the third option, just stay silent and plan your revenge. Okay, so maybe I'll choose this second one. This is illegal. I'll sue you. I'll sue you. Sharon's perma-frown shift in her smart excuse for a smile. Oh yeah? How are you going to afford a lawyer? The tips here are not that big, sweetheart. You hate to admit it, but she's right. So the story continues, and you will get based on the conversation, another choice, another option to make, another decision to make, another response to make. And it's all related to how the conversations progressing, and so that's what interactive story is about. And if you see now, there are many apps on Android as well as on iOS that uh, bring this so-called the genre of writing story in a way that the reader become part of the story. And this is what interactive story is about. The story is always non-linear, and it depends on the creativity of the writer. The story can take many paths and will have different ending. It could be 2 or 3 or even more endings. This is what makes interactive story is very, very engaging and very immersive. But how to create one? So this is the next thing that I'm going to explore. Currently, a basic application to create interactive story like Inker Writer and Twine. These are the two basic applications that can be used. And I think these are developing very fast now. But I think there is one area which is less explored, especially in Malaysia. And I don't think there are experts on interactive story writing. And this one, I would say, this is a blue ocean for writers, those who have talent writing stories. This is one of the blue ocean that I think would really emerge. Is an emerging area. I would encourage everyone out there listening to this video, especially from Malaysia, to really jump into this, because there is really a huge opportunity here to establish your name and expertise in this area. So that's all for now, my sharing about interactive story. Take a look at this app, tab by Wattpad, download it, and enjoy the story. And from there, you will get ideas. Maybe you want to become the next interactive story writer. All right. So thank you very much. See you in another video.